Hey, gamers, it's G from the corner. And today I'm joined by two good friends of the show, DeMello
Yes, sir.
and Jovan.
Hello.
And are we here and ready for that direct, that sweet, juicy direct?
The sweet, juicy February direct. It is
February.
here.
February.
It's going to be so good. All right. But, obviously, time comes. It's time for the predictions, right? This is an interesting one because we're kind of at a bit of a crossroads because everybody's not really talking about the Switch right now when it comes to Nintendo. They're talking about Switch 2, right?
Yeah, they don't care about whatever's happening with the Switch. They just want the next thing. That's what everyone's mind is on right now. So it is a weird spot. You're right.
I was going to save this question for the end, but I think I'll just open on it to get it out of the way. Do we think anything for that here, like at all?
No.
I feel like they'll probably just say like, "Oh, we're working on the new console." That's it. Or
In
they'll
a
probably
direct?
drop the name of the console.
In a direct, I don't know. I think that's a bit weird, but
I don't think so. I think they're still
Yeah,
going to try and
I think-
market the crap out of the Switch, and they're
Yeah,
going to try their
exactly.
best to make this
They want-
look like a good year for the Switch with whatever
Yeah.
scraps they have left.
yeah, they want to finish off the console's life cycle and like not worry about the next thing yet.
There is a
Once this
world-
direct is over, then yeah.
There is a world where there is more, Switch 2 comes out in 2025, but I do still, this is my mindset right now that this will, I don't even know if this will be that telling, honestly, because you can still end it on, Prime 4 or something, and if that's cross-gen, then whatever. But, I think no matter what, this is going to be a lighter show than, the last few Februarys. But actually, last one wasn't that crazy. It's not, there's not a bunch of games they have, ready to reveal for the Switch here. That's for sure.
I agree. It's going to be more of this is how we're going to simmer down and end off the Switch's life cycle. Here, the last couple of things kind of ending off and
Like a
saying
recap.
goodbye to it pretty much.
Yeah.
It's like how we know the Peach game, the Mario game, like that new Donkey Kong Mario game,
Mm-hmm.
the Splatoon 3 DLC,
Which got dated, so they'll
which got
probably talk
dated,
about
but
that.
I still feel like they're gonna show something.
They'll talk about it. They'll have a little trailer.
They'll probably show the
sizzle.
next season for Splatoon
Yeah.
and then show the trailer for sure.
I hope they do that here. For some reason, they love doing that outside of Directs. I don't know. I feel like they should just talk about it here because they have side order stuff the following week anyway. So
Yeah, that's probably
what
gonna be
other
it.
game was I missing?
Paper
Luigi's
Mario and
Mansion.
Luigi's Mansion 2.
Yeah, so they're probably just gonna say like, "Oh, these are the
They'll give
games.
dates for
Here's
those.
Here's more details. Yeah, probably the dates for the game,
Mm-hmm.
and then maybe they'll show something new. I don't think they'll show something new. Maybe a small spin-off of a game.
I
Another
kind
game
of-
series.
This is a weird one because I'm right now I feel like we've already very quickly run through everything that's already a known quantity. Usually that takes a lot longer and there's a lot more to go
Yeah.
over. But I'm trying to think right now, what is there anything we're missing that has already been announced that could show up here from specifically first party Nintendo?
No, there's nothing. Everything's already come out, and everything else we know of is kind of close.
Mm-hmm. With the big exception that I'm sure we're all going to talk about in a little bit, game wise. But
Well,
yeah,
maybe they could show
third-party
the.
wise. Oh,
Maybe they could show the. Well, what was the place that they showed last direct? The
museum?
location, the museum. Yeah, they'll probably show more
Oh,
details
okay.
about that.
they might.
Yeah,
Yeah, they could have a
That's
little
something
bit.
we know about. That could be.
They could have
the.
the Zelda cast reveal, Dwayne Johnson getting.
Oh my god!
They announced the Donkey Kong movie. Yeah, actually, I joke, but this would be. I think what we'll see in this direct. I'm gonna make this. This is a off the cuff prediction. There's gonna be some bullshitting. Remember at the end of the last direct when they just had a sizzle of everything they talked about just to act like the Switch still has life in it.
Yeah.
There's going to
The
be some
recap.
random spots of promotion here. I feel like randomly they're just going to start talking about oh, you should buy the NSO expansion pass. Oh, we've released all these great games on Switch. For no reason. Not
okay,
oh, we're going to talk
okay.
about Nintendo Selects. No. Just literally they're just going to promote their old shit here.
Yeah. Yeah, they're gonna overall be this is Nintendo Switch, this is all we've done with it, and it's gonna show kind of a small recap of all
I
that.
mean, if it's 43 minutes usually, then yeah, they probably have to do that to use some
Cut it
time
out.
because the past so many directs have only been 45 minutes.
Yeah, I think I said this earlier, but I think honestly we could get a shorter direct. The last few since COVID, they've all been really long. 40 to 50 minutes every single direct. This
Which
one
is
we
great,
could go
yeah.
back into the 30s with this one, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah, because especially that there's not much to say, and they're probably just gonna go over everything and then announce a couple things, unless there's like a lot of third-party stuff that they really gotta say.
Yeah. Now, granted, I don't think we're done completely with like Switch.
I
Like,
don't
okay,
think so.
there's no like big games left to announce, but there's still some stuff left. They still need to fill the schedule out, and I'm sure we all have a few predictions for some smaller games, maybe even just remasters that we think could show up here, right?
I feel like they'll do a lot of remasters.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll do this. They'll do other remasters for certain games, and then whenever the new console comes out, they'll be like, "Hey, these remasters will be playable with like the highest quality on our new console."
Before we get into like straight up like the big like each of our big predictions, I just want to say briefly third-party stuff. I feel like there's still a few miscellaneous third-party titles I keep thinking of that I think could appear here. I know the team that does Octopath has been talking about how this year is going to be really big for them.
Oh, really?
So,
okay.
Yeah, so I kind of expect them to show up here with either that Dragon Quest III remake that they announced forever ago or like a new game.
Okay. Yeah, okay, that'd be cool. And that makes sense. They've done a lot of stuff with Nintendo, so that would make sense to kind of do something here.
Yeah, they could have even announced something. I'm just spitballing just random crap. They dropped the Ace Attorney trilogy. Maybe now's the time to announce 7 after it was supposed to come out like how many years ago, I think, or whatever. You know.
Oh, maybe they could do that.
Just stuff like that. Any third-party stuff you guys are thinking could show up here?
I don't even know. Has there been anything really that's like this is something that we need?
Company, people like
yeah, that's what I was gonna think.
But then
like,
again,
yeah, indies are.
I don't think that's gonna come on the Switch though. Not anything.
I don't think something like that will show up this quickly because usually what ends up happening is big popular indie game, and then a year later or like sometime later it comes to Switch.
Yeah, like Among Us and
Among Us
Fall
came pretty
Guys.
quickly, but like Fall Guys took forever. Trombone Champ was just a random like a year after that was a big meme. It came to Switch, but honestly, pretty good port. I know we had a bad experience with it the other day, but aside from that, it's pretty good port, honestly.
Yeah, I can tell it has.
I can't really think of anything, but then again, Nintendo could like just throw a curveball and like something that we could think about that wouldn't go on the console could go on.
I mean, like most of the third-party stuff, they're going to be saving for the next console.
Yeah,
probably.
exactly.
But that's a whole nother talk
because I feel more powerful.
Yeah, that's the thing. I guess with that, quick intro. Let's get into our like predictions. I don't know how many each of us have, honestly, for this one. I'm gonna set this one out for like the first two, though. I want to hear you guys give me 2 new game or just 2 big predictions. For this one.
I can start off. I'll get one. So I think we're gonna be getting Mario Baseball. I think this is the time. I think when the console's winding down, I feel like Mario spin-offs are a good thing to throw out because it still gives people reason to like buy these games because look, it's Mario and people have been wanting baseball. So I feel like it's perfect. It's not too big to where it's gonna like undershine like this new console when it comes out.
It's not something big for the next system. Oh man, all of the other Mario sports franchises had a term. Time to screw up this one.
Screw up baseball.
Basketball got remastered. Or
I guess they have. Yeah, they didn't do basketball or the sports collection that Square did.
So long.
I want to do one. I want one of those again, but I kind of just say I want all of them.
Crazy.
Yeah, if Square does one of them, if Square does like a hoops 3-on-3 or like a sports mix or something, that would be sick. Instead of like who would make a baseball if it were to come out?
Actually, Namco would.
People.
Oh, would it? Oh, yeah, because Namco's done the other one.
Yeah, Namco did the first 2, which is interesting because it's the Namco and Nintendo collaboration we've had since like Star Fox Assault or so, and it's kind of funny because what's it called? Like that Nintendo and Namco. I'm not sure if it's the same team that's at Studio 2 Studio S that is obviously working on like Smash and Mario Kart for the new system. So, I'm not sure. Maybe they are too busy, but like. They could squeeze it out, honestly. It'd be kind of weird because they always do that like post-launch garbage, and I don't really know how well you'd be able to market that with a new system on the way, but maybe they'll actually launch this one content complete, and it'll be good.
I hope. That would be great, because all the sports games have had it, even though they were by different teams.
It's just been like a mandate, but I feel like they can't really mandate something. That's why I wouldn't personally predict it, because I feel like they can't mandate like post-launch support. They don't want to do big post-launch support when they have the new console coming out. But
especially for something new. Yeah,
if they're just gonna release the game and like actually have it content complete and it's fun, like hell yeah, I'd be so down for that in the summer.
That'd be a cool game.
July. Yeah,
even if it's like half price.
Yeah, if it was half price, if it was budget, that'd be even better.
I don't believe that. For a Mario game, they would never do that.
Don't put it at full price, considering the other 3 were, but yeah. All right, so Javon, what are you thinking?
What I think, okay, so what I think for the Direct, I probably said it already, but because I'm a bit biased towards Splatoon, so I feel like we're gonna get like more side order trailer, then we're gonna get the new Splatoon season drop or whatever.
Second last, penultimate season.
Maybe depending how much they show, they could also show, because I have a feeling that they'll definitely show Amiibos for the DLC, or they'll say like, oh, we'll be making Amiibos for the DLC, because the last DLC we had Amiibos.
Yeah, we did get Octo expansion Amiibos.
I would love that, but G, are you going to be making a separate video on your predictions for Amiibo?
It might already be out by now. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then, what else I think is probably just like the recap of the games. Metroid Prime. What has it been? 5 years since Nintendo said they're restarting.
So I guess we talk about Prime 4 now. Everybody, are we all kind of expecting Prime 4 to be here?
I don't think it's going to be on the Switch.
Yeah, I think so.
All right.
I think it's here. I think it's here. That was going to be one of my predictions.
All right, so we'll just jump into that one since we all kind of. So actually, you first of all, why do you think it won't be here?
Why I think it won't be, because if they had to restart production, I feel like they're looking towards like, hey, let's try and put this on our new console, because it's going to be more graphical intense.
I feel like it's just because they promised it would be on the Switch, and again, the restart was still so early into the Switch's life cycle. I would just be shocked if a Metroid Prime game had that much development. I'm shocked it already has this much development put behind it, but like,
this could be a good thing though.
I know.
It could be on the Switch, but then people are going to be underwhelmed with it being on the Switch. Or if it's like a Switch and like a new console release, what they did for Breath of the Wild.
I think that's
then people are going to look at it on Switch compared to the new console, and maybe like, wow,
honest to God,
like dog on the Switch compared to the new console.
So this is like a crazy thought, but the more I think about it, the more they still could somehow use. I realize they could still use Prime 4 to show off the new system while making it cross-gen, because I heard this take literally this morning, and I was like, oh yeah, that is actually kind of true. DLSS basically allows the system to output at a low resolution, but it's AI upscaled to a higher resolution, and it looks really good. It looks really good. Like, it actually is crazy how good it looks. What they could do with the new system is have Prime 4 on the old system, and Prime 4 on the new system with like ray tracing, right?
Yeah,
but then why would people buy it on the old system?
Well, because they only have the old system, and Nintendo promised to get it out on the old system, so you'll still like
cross gens work.
Yeah. Like that's why they put it out, Breath of the Wild out on Wii U.
Because not everyone's gonna be able to get the new system right away, but if they want Metroid Prime, then that's the reason why it's gonna be on the console.
It's also good because they can market it like right now without having to talk about the new system. That was the thing with Breath of the Wild. They were marketing that as a Wii U game for so long, and then they jumped to, it's a Switch game. Like
Psych Switch, and then they only did that,
Yeah.
Didn't they show it like in 2015 or something like that?
Yeah, they announced it in like 2014, showed gameplay in later that year, talked about it again a bunch, randomly, like briefly, until like 2016 when they blew the lid open, and then. But at the time, they hadn't announced the Switch yet, so yeah.
Oh, then again, it's Nintendo. They could do whatever.
Yeah, they could. I think Prime 4, honestly, will close out the Direct, and then they'll be like, by the way, Prime 2 is out on the eShop right now, and Prime 3 is coming in a few months, and there's going to be a physical bundle. That's what I think.
You think they're going to have all three?
I think they will, because I feel
they could.
Well, Pikmin did it. They had the big port of one game. They had the big port with new stuff in one game. They had the easy upscale ports of 1 and 2. And then they had the 4. Literally do the exact same thing they did with Pikmin. I think that's what's going to happen here, and that'll be what gets people talking after this Direct.
I actually like that, yeah, because they wouldn't even have to put in like as much work until like 2 or 3.
Yeah, like that's my expectation. It'll just be like it'll be like how the Pikmin remasters were handled, where those were just kind of like upscales. And the UI was
controls,
updated.
Whatever. Yeah,
pretty much.
I wouldn't mind that.
Yeah. All right, DeMello. Prediction number 2.
Prediction number 2. Okay. Wait, I had this in my mind. What was it? Okay. Mario Party. I think we close out with another Mario Party. Okay, because listen this out. Towards the beginning, middle half of the Switch, they had one WarioWare, and then right at the end, like last year, they had a new WarioWare. So why don't they do the same with the Mario Party? I know, like Mario Party may be seen as this big like Nintendo party game, but there's probably gonna be like a Mario Kart that's gonna take over that for the next system.
No, for sure. They're not gonna launch with Mario Party.
Yeah.
It's more than Mario Party was such a like lock for me last year. I was so shocked it didn't happen. In my mind, ND Cube has to either be working on something else or they're just holding back it back for the new system. I don't know, because I'm like, I feel like that they've made that such a specific holiday. Like that's always a big holiday game now, Mario Party. Like it hasn't really been released outside of the holidays since like Mario Party 10.
Yeah,
and
that's true,
I want to say so. If Switch 2 is 2025, 100%. That is like such an easy holiday title.
Do you know what? Yeah, that I agree as well. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But I could see it. I could genuinely see it if ND Cube isn't like working on something else. Like I don't know who's working on the Peach game. They haven't said.
That's true. But the thing is, if you look at all the games that are coming out now that we know of, and the games that were coming out towards the end of last year, like all of them are Mario-esque franchise games. They haven't used any other franchises. Yeah, it's easy to
because first of all, they didn't. Yeah, you were saying. Sorry.
Yeah, no, that's what I was saying. Because like it's easier to just use Mario to kind of grasp attention and boot them out without having to use up all these resources on like these newer, different franchises when they can just save those for later.
Yeah, good. It was like kind of good because they kind of kept people thirsting a little bit. Wonder actually marked 1 year since the last Mario game had come out.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, like Rabbids 2 came out, and then a year later they dropped Wonder, and then just a cavalcade of stuff, which is smart. At the end of you said it, at the end of the console's life cycle, it's easier to sell that franchise. Although I'll save that for my next prediction. Giovanni, what is your next one?
Next prediction for just the direct?
Yes.
Kind of hard because it's like you guys kind of said what I wanted to say already. I mean, I really don't think they're gonna make any new games, but on it like any not like brand new IPs, but just new games of like sequels or whatever. I always say Tomodachi Life 2 would be very funny.
That would be fun.
Because that was a very fun game on the DS. Because they could do that. It was kind of like a smaller game. But then again, I think
I can actually see that. I could see that because they're it's like an Animal Crossing-esque game, but it'd be a good buffer right now, and then in a couple of years they make a new Animal Crossing.
Yep, I would love it. I love the Tomodachi Life on 3DS. I would love to see a new one.
But then again, they don't really talk about Mii's, or looks like Mii's are kind of quote unquote
yeah, that's the one thing.
What's the other game? Yeah, Miitopia, right?
They did do Miitopia. That's the thing.
I don't know. They could make Mii's come back. Because what about the new console? Are they gonna have Mii's, or are they gonna have?
I don't think they will. I'm gonna be honest.
I don't know. Damn. That was kind of like a staple on the Wii.
It was. It feels like they've been phasing them out slowly, and I feel like next system just won't have them. They'll have backwards compatibility, but you'll just use the guest Mii's as your only options.
Yeah, that's kind of.
I want more flavor though. Nintendo needs to start adding more.
Yeah, I hope. That's a whole nother discussion. But I don't think. I don't know. I'd love to see a new Tomodachi Life though. I know there's always been the oh shit, dude, we got to put gay marriage in this one. Which just do it. First of all, either they just do it or they just don't bother with marriage. They cut marriage from the new game, one or the other, really. But great game though. Great game. I would love to see a new one. You know what? Tell you what. I'm gonna go off the cuff. I'm gonna go.
Here, let's hear
balls wild with this one. All right. I said it last time. It didn't happen, and it definitely won't happen this time. But it'd be really, really funny if it did, and I'd be very happy. New Pushmo.
Okay.
New Pushmo.
I like that.
They just, just a random, we're just watching the direct. They're going through the headlines, and they're like, it's time to push back into this series, and it's bam, New Pushmo on the eShop in a month.
Yeah, I would like that. That would make sense because they're trying to get out these smaller titles, these smaller franchises, and that one's a perfect one to go with because we've had them in a while, and it kind of reintroduces people into the franchise.
I really hope and pray it won't happen though. It just won't happen.
I don't know. I feel it, and then imagine on the Switch 2, they have this is the way they start us getting back into the series.
They bring Pushmo back.
Yeah, they bring Pushmo back, and then we're gonna get one once a year, a new one every year.
Don't even say Molo and Smash Bros. I swear.
And Molo and Smash DX.
Bro, I can't, man.
What about another 99 game?
Oh, that would. They could do something like that. I wonder. $0.99 has been kind of weird because they have been supporting it, but it's not getting like the seasonal updates that you'd see with like Tetris or whatever, where they add like new themes.
Yeah,
like
Tetris,
it just got an
Tetris
update.
99 has been alive for like how long?
Like 5 years. Literally, this month marks 5 years. Yeah. It's so no. I'd be down for. I think something Switch Online will probably show up here. Maybe like just they'll talk about upcoming games coming to the Game Boy and such because they've been kind of light on Game Boy support. So hopefully they drop some stuff.
Or what if they add like another game or DLC to the Switch Online?
That'd be nice, yeah. Because it's weird because they like announced it. They added like the current Mario Kart DLC, and then they were like, okay, we're not adding the Xenoblade Pass, we're not adding the Splatoon 3 Pass, we're not adding Smash Bros. But Smash Bros would be a good one, actually. That'd be a really good one.
I mean, then Smash it's been out for a while, so I think most people already have it though.
Yeah, but like, the same with Octo expansion. It just gives people an excuse to check. Like, let's say somebody's like, I never ended up picking up Ultimate, but I want to play some Smash Bros on the Switch. Like now, this genuinely probably would happen with at least like 100 people or so. And they're like, hey, we're gonna put out Switch Online expansion pass, Fighters Pass 1 and 2, or maybe just Fighters Pass 1, or maybe just 2. I don't know, one or the other.
Probably.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
It'd be cool. DeMello, prediction?
Yes. Okay, you ready? Okay,
all right, I'm ready.
This one's a bit more out there, my first couple ones are a bit safe. This is a bit more out.
All right.
A new remake of a 2D Zelda game.
Ooh.
So, I don't know if it would be like Oracle of Ages or something, or Oracle of Time, or one of those ones.
Ooh.
I don't know which one would be the one to go to next, because they did Link's Awakening, but I feel like this is like a smaller, safer game. It's a remake, and it's not like they're like doing one of the big 2D Zelda, the 3D Zelda games that they probably want to save for later. I feel like this 2D one's a safer one.
I would be very down. I'd be very down. It's Zelda's become a yearly franchise pretty much, and we don't really know if they're planning anything for this year. And I think that'd be a good one. That'd be a good one to punch in there. Just slot into the schedule. Have it come out late in the system.
Everyone will get their Zelda fix, and it would kind of hold them over for this year until maybe like a 3D remake or a new Zelda, and for the next couple of years, whenever that is.
Yeah, no, for sure. The one issue for me is that I know they've pretty much put every 2D Zelda on Switch Online, with the exception of actually, no, I'm going to say it. They'll remake the DS ones.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, bring over Spirit Tracks or Phantom Hourglass without touch controls. People will be losing it for those, honestly.
That'd be sick, actually, because those ones are my first Zelda games, so that'd be cool.
Because people already love the Oracle games and Minish Cap, and those ones are already on Switch Online, so it's like
they are.
Play them right now. So why not? Yeah, why not do that? That'd be cool. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like that. Go on.
Giovanni, any more predictions?
Any more? I mean, if DeMello went out of the box kind of prediction, I'm gonna say another one. I feel like they could also just remake an older Mario game as well. Or another collection, kind of, not like the 3D World collection, or not the 3D, like the 3D collection. I mean, just like the 2D, maybe the first few Mario games, or the exclusive Japan one, Super Mario Bros. 2.
Yeah, screw it. Just hey, Mario All Stars HD. Ooh.
Yeah, maybe not many people will go crazy for it, but some people could
That's an easy one to check out.
Again, I'll pick that up for sure.
Again, it's all been remake talk and easy stuff, but that's what we expect since we're nearing the end. Okay, one or two more things to tide us over until they're ready to
nothing
talk about
big, nothing huge, that'll get a major pop off. But they'll be okay, these are all cool games.
I have 1.5 more predictions. I have one that I'm expecting, and I genuinely this is my most tightest lock of the whole direct for new announcements.
Okay, I got one more too as well.
Another one that I want. You know what? Okay, I'll go with mine first, and then we'll hear from you guys again, and then I'll wrap around.
Yeah. Okay.
This has been rumored forever, and I talked about it in the last two ones. Fire Emblem 4 remake.
Okay.
That one's been, everybody's been talking about it. It's always in the predictions from people who are in the know. It's always being rumored by everybody. They're going to do it. They're going to do it, obviously. Fire Emblem Echoes.
When was the last Fire? Yeah, when was Echoes?
Echoes Shadows of Valencia was the 3DS remake that they did. And that was also, again, at the very end of the system's life when the Switch was already out. Engage did just come out a year ago, but they finished up DLC for Engage in like 3 months, and that to me is like okay.
That was crazy.
I was like, okay, they got another thing coming, and obviously it's the thing that was rumored alongside Engage for the longest time, and it's clearly done, sitting there, ready to go. They're totally just gonna announce it here and say it's coming out in May or June and call it a day.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Why not? Why not bring more Fire Emblem? And yeah.
I've been playing some Awakening for the first time, first Fire Emblem. So I might actually pick this one up, honestly. So that's kind of cool.
Maybe I will as well. I kind of been wanting to get into Fire Emblem. I don't know how to really do that. So I feel like a remake like this would be good.
Yeah,
or just like RPGs or JRPGs in general.
Yeah, because there's a lot of we mentioned there's a lot of Mario, and obviously that stuff sells well. But niche stuff is also pretty prevalent. Like at the end of this console's life cycle.
Yeah. And you want to get people interested in these franchises that aren't necessarily big. So like when they release the next big one on the next console, then again, these more people will be interested and want to check that out. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of just hyping people up.
Yep. All right, so what's yours?
Speaking of RPGs,
ooh,
my final one is Xenoblade Chronicles X.
Oh,
finally coming.
Really?
Damn.
I feel like this would be like a pretty big one. If they do end the direct on Metroid Prime 4, I feel like this one could be one if they don't end on Metroid Prime 4. If not, it would be like one of the other final ones, and it'd be like a remake of X.
Yeah, I think marketing it. I mean, I don't know if I'd save like this version, like, because in my mind, okay, you think, oh, X is just another Wii U port or whatever, but they could try and remake it. I mean, like, they could also just save that for the next system if they want to do a prettier remake.
Yeah, that's true.
They could be like Xenoblade X Definitive Edition and like make it a big stink out of it.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, like a definitive. Yeah.
I feel like the headlines would be really funny. People are like, "Oh my god, Nintendo ended a big direct on a Wii U port. What the hell?"
That is true, actually. Mm-hmm. But it's not big that people wanted, so.
Yeah, no, for sure. People would still be into it.
Oh, I have another prediction.
All right, let's hear it.
Gianluca.
No, you go first. If this is your last one, anyway.
Another Pokemon game, or at least if it's not like another main Pokemon game, because I feel like it's good how they're just like doing the DLC, and they'll probably release one this year, like a main one. But I feel like they should do like another spin-off.
I mean, I guess in my mind, I'm like, oh, it'll be revealed at the Pokemon Presents. But really, Pokemon is so hit or miss with whether they want to announce stuff at Direct.
I was thinking about that, and that's like, why I didn't say anything, but you're right.
Pokken Tournament was crazy.
That was cool. That was sick.
Ooh,
I don't think
a new Pokken Tournament?
I don't think
I know we have like the deluxe version. But that's been like how long? Like
they updated it in 2018, which was cool. I'd be so down for a sequel, but I think that actually I don't know if it's literally the Tekken
more
team.
Pokemon.
I don't know if is it literally the Tekken team who did Pokken.
I'm not too sure.
Yeah, I would be so down for it, like 100%. I didn't play much of Pokken, but I'd be down to try a new one. I feel like that's like a next system thing. Then you can like hype up the visuals and be like, look, Pokemon looks good, guys. Like how they did with Pokken on the first system.
Do better than the actual Pokemon.
Yeah, they do it.
Yeah.
Watch, like early 2025, Pokken 2 comes out on the next system, and it's like, wow, this looks so good. And then they announce the mainline game, and it looks like shit again.
That'd be so embarrassing, but like I'd take Pokken 2, so I don't care.
I mean,
my expectation. Or sorry, you were saying?
Yeah, Pokken was like a pretty fun. It was a pretty fun fighter. For me, it was different because I didn't play that type of fighting game, right? Because I was used to Smash Bros. And I played it like a 3D fighting like that. I'm like, wow, it's pretty fun. I even had the controller, like the...
Oh yeah, the Pokken controller. I remember. It was weird because it was like a D-pad, but it's like the game's 3D. So in my mind, I'd want to control something like that with a stick. But maybe I'm just, I don't know, maybe I'm stupid.
Yeah, so I feel like that'd be like a pretty good game. Like nothing like too hard, but like a different game, you know? For sure. All right.
Can I do one more before you do yours?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Sorry, this one just came up in my mind.
Actually, unless Giovanni, do you have one more after this that you could think of?
I don't know. I'll probably cut in where everyone DeMello finishes.
Okay, then you know what? I'll do mine and then we'll end on you. Okay. All right. Okay. So last one, I want this because I want to play this game in like this form for the first time like this, but I don't know if they're gonna do it. I don't know if it's time now. I don't know if we gotta wait until until like next system. I feel like maybe next system would be better because, you know, better visuals and such. But I think it'd be really baller if this direct ended on Kid Icarus Uprising HD.
I knew you were gonna say that. I knew it.
That would be sick.
I've been wanting that, and like I would prefer on the new console because imagine like how beautiful like, you know, the sky would look and especially like Kid Icarus, like the whole universe. I feel like that would look so beautiful and like with like all these like AI enhancements and stuff on the new system. But even if they bring it like now, that would be amazing, and I would love that. I agree with that.
Yeah,
it's not a bad time for it as well.
It'd be sick. You can have better controls. People would be really excited for it, and it would get people talking if they are not ready to show Prime 4 for whatever reason.
Would Sakurai be working on it though, or he would have nothing to do with it?
I don't think he'd have much of anything to do with it. I think they would. It's again, there's been rumors or there's been hirings at Namco for a 3D remaster, and we found out recently it is Studio 2, Studio S, back in like 2022, like early 2022. So I feel like it's either like this. I feel like it's this, and it's either coming early in the next system's life or like right at the end of the Switch's life.
Yeah.
One or the other.
I'll do it.
When was the last time we got a Kid Icarus like remake or anything?
It was Uprising.
Yeah, it was Uprising on 3DS.
12 years ago.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we're definitely due for a new one.
Yeah, I'd be down. People always talk about a sequel, but I feel like at this point, just do a remake and people will be happy with it.
Remake and then a sequel.
Yeah, in the future, you know, do a sequel. Everybody be super hyped about it. But yeah, no. DeMello, what is your prediction?
Are you ready for my prediction? It's great. You know, it's kind of something that you'd expect from me.
Oh my god!
I'm thinking that they're gonna bring back the double yarn Yoshi explosion.
Oh my god! The double yarn Yoshi.
I think
I genuinely such a smart prediction and might actually come true. I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna keep it a bug.
Yeah, we need Yoshi. It's been a while since Crafted World, and we haven't really gotten much Yoshi. Exactly.
5 years since Crafted World, and while I don't really, I'm not like, you know, that's one series that I never really am like, oh yeah, dude, I need a new Yoshi game in my veins, you know. But I feel like, yeah, it's been long enough. My genuine expectation was that they would shove this out as a schedule filler for the next system, like early in its life.
Yeah, as an extra game tied in, yeah. Yeah,
but you know, the final Wii U port, the final piece of the puzzle, the only Wii U game left aside from Xenoblade that like has no reason. Splatoon, we have like 2 Splatoon games on Switch with half the content. Wait, would you play? But anyway, yeah, one of the last Wii U games. I'd be down. I'd be so down.
So yeah, that's it. That's our final prediction.
Any new features?
I love Yoshi.
Any new features?
I don't even know. I don't know. What did they really add?
Do we get more Amiibo costumes?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Just more customization with like the new Amiibos.
Steve Minecraft Yoshi.
Literally, yeah, exactly. I feel like that's the only like thing that they could add, and like it'd still be kind of cute and cool. Maybe like some bonus levels or some extra like side mode.
Hopefully all the 3DS content, because I keep forgetting they made a 3DS
as well. They did,
of Woolly World. They called it Poochie and Yoshi's Woolly World. I pitched that this should be called Yoshi and Poochie's Woolly World.
Just flip it around. I like that.
Just flip it around.
Let's do it.
The only things I remember it introducing, it had these auto runner Poochie stages, and it also allowed you to make like custom yarn Yoshi skins.
Oh, okay, that's cool. So yeah, they could bring that back. Maybe like make it even better, the customization, or
they should have like expert difficulty, 1-hit death mode.
Oh my god, I would love that. I would love that.
More enemies, Kaizo Yoshi mode. I think that'd be sick.
and we'll get a massive Poochie wool.
Yes!
Amiibo.
Oh!
Yes! Okay, oh my god!
Oh my god! And, like, it would sell out immediately. That would get people talking. See, that's like an easy direct. This is great. They need to do this, right? Like, think about it. Uprising HD, Prime 4, Fire Emblem Remake, Yoshi port with big Amiibo. That would get people to stop talking about Switch 2 for at least a few days, right?
I agree, because that's pretty cool. And they're like bringing old stuff back, and then plus this like huge big Amiibo.
Yeah, and it's not like the last 2 directs, which were all just Mario. Like, there's other stuff going on here. Like, you know, I think it would get people, it would get Nintendo fans excited, and it would get them not talking about the Switch for a second. And then some journalists would bring up some old report from a year ago, and everybody would be right back on the Switch 2 train, and we'd have to deal with that for another month.
Yeah.
All right, Giovanni, final prediction.
Final prediction
for
the Direct.
From you. Yeah, unless I think of something.
Hold on, I gotta think quickly. You put me on the spot.
All right,
I can't really think about it right now.
I got an easy one. Who will it be hosted by? Koizumi or Takahashi?
Koizumi.
Koizumi. All right.
Koizumi.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
I agree.
You've heard it here first, folks. Koizumi will host tomorrow's Direct, and they will be announcing the double
First thing you see
Mega
will be his
Yarnyoshi.
face. Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god, it's gonna be like jump to like it's perfect, okay? It's gonna be like they're gonna talk about the port, and it's gonna cut to Koizumi playing with his plush Yarn Yoshi and Yarn Poochie, and he's gonna be like, we have a new Poochie amiibo coming out in May whatever when the game comes out.
He's just snuggling with it, and he's like, this is great.
It'd be perfect. It'd be perfect. All right. But yeah, I guess anything else really we're missing here? I'm trying to think if there's like any stone left unturned, because this could very well be the last Switch focused Direct. Like, that's crazy, guys.
Yeah, I know it is crazy, and like I feel like if they end it off in a good way, and if like there are like some cool things that they're hiding that makes sense, that'd be great. Hopefully it's not like bland. There's not much else. Hopefully there's something.
I don't know, so you think this is going to be the last Switch focused Direct, not the one in June, July?
I think this will, if the system is out this year, this will be, because then what I think is going to happen is sometime between now and that time frame, they will confirm there is a new console coming out this year, and maybe with like a trailer or a hype thing, and then the next presentation will be a big thing dedicated to the new system, and then if they do a September Direct, we're on to talking about both systems until they're done supporting the Switch.
Yeah, agreed.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. I don't know. You just gotta wait now. We're coming up the year. I feel like this year at least we'll get an announcement for
100%.
console.
Guaranteed.
I feel like they'll probably show it like end of the year and then next year, like at what they did for the Switch, like 2016 November they showed it.
Yeah, that's a valid. Again, that's what I was saying earlier in the other video. But yeah, no, literally, it's like one or the other in my mind. Like either later this year or sometime in the first half of next year.
Yeah, agreed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But I guess that's gonna do it. Thank you guys so much for joining, and everybody for listening.
Thank you
to our ramblings. Maybe they'll come true, maybe not. Maybe Fioro said a bunch of stuff that has nothing to do with anything we just said. Maybe he's
Poochie. That's all I
bring
need.
back Poochie. Bring it back. All right, that's gonna keep yourselves cornered, like and subscribe. We'll see you guys in the next one. Later.